I've taken some of my favourite movies and turned them into famous logo designs. The rules for this mini project are that each logo should be a geometric logo design that relates directly to each movie. Now, I did this while being quite ill with a bad cold and in a single day, bearing in mind it takes me about 10 to 14 days to work on an actual client logo. But hey, let's take a look at the first movie logo, and that's for the movie Kill Bill Volume 1. And sponsoring today's video is Envato Elements, the resource website I personally use that offers over 55 million assets, such as fonts, images, graphics, videos, and so on. And you can learn more about Envato Elements and how to grab a 50% discount later in today's video. Now, like with any logo project, I made some keywords for each logo in today's video, and due to cramming 3 logo designs into one day, I obviously didn't do in-depth research. But for Kill Bill, the keywords I came up with were samurai, sword, yellow and black, bold, impacting, sleek, stylish, and energy. Now, if you've seen the movie, then these keywords likely do make sense to you, but these were the key features that I personally pulled from the cinematography and the overall vibe of the movie in my opinion. I figured that angled straight lines were going to be a good way to go for this logo, because that would communicate the energy and the movement that the movie has. Shape psychology is very important in logo designs. Also, yellow and black seemed like a no-brainer to me, and so I began to construct a K from angled straight lines. Also, it should be noted that the straight line theme does play into the iconic costume that Uma Thurman's character wears for much of the movie. But yeah, I soon abandoned the K concept because I thought it didn't really work too well, and I actually decided to run with a simple and geometric design based around 2 samurai swords. Remember that every design in today's video does need to be geometric, and that's pretty much my logo style anyway, it's pretty minimal too. But for the logo type, I continued to consider my keywords and went for something impacting, bold and sleek, and so Sovereign matched with Elrond seemed to fit the bill, pun unintended. Now, I like how this one turned out in such a short space of time, but what about the next movie logo? So have you guys seen the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey? It's one of my favourite science fiction movies, and it's just simply so unique. The key words I generated for this were minimal, technology, sci-fi, space, clean, because a lot of the scenes in the movie are so white and clinical, especially in the spacecraft itself. Spacesuit, HAL, which is the homicidal AI computer, spacecraft, monolith, which is that rectangular object that's so prominent in the movie, and then 2001. Considering that I'm working on a geometric design, the monolith seemed like a good path to go down for the concept. It's one of the most iconic parts of the movie actually. Now, I wanted to communicate the cleanliness or the minimal aspects of this movie, and so I decided to go for a white bordered rectangle to incorporate that, matched with the monolith. However, in the movie, HAL, the homicidal AI, is an integral part of the story. It's always there, just hovering over the demise of the mission and the protagonist. So, I've decided to apply a red corner on the design to insinuate HAL just being there. At first, I had the edges of the red section angular and straight, but then I went for a quarter of a circle at the very top right, simply because HAL is seen as a red circle in the movie. For the logo type 2001, I wanted a very sci-fi and futuristic style typeface, and Connexi works here. And that's matched with, once more, Elrond with wide kerning below. Now, I can see this design working really well on posters and anything relating to the movie, and again, if you've watched it, then you likely will agree with this logo representing that movie. And the third movie being turned into a logo in today's video is the Scarlett Johansson remake of Ghost in the Shell. Now, I remember seeing this one in the cinema while living in Asia, and I was blown away by the visuals. It's just a really stunning movie. Thinking about keywords, I came up with triangle, which is a huge geometric influence in both the animated version and recent remake. Anime, Japanese culture, futuristic, cyberpunk, robots, city and violence. Thinking about geometry once more for this logo, the triangle seemed like a nice way to start. I then considered the underlying foundations of the movie, that being in Japan. Their flag has a nice bold red circle on a white background, and so I thought that a circle would be a good idea to run with. Now, I considered how to use a triangle with the circle, and I ended up with just suggesting the shape of a triangle but only showing one part of it coming into the circle. The angled straight lines of the triangle and the pointiness of it do suggest the speed, the kind of danger of the movie, as it is an action movie. For the font selection, I went into Envato Elements and I searched for a modern sans serif font. Grover, as seen here, looked really promising as the geometry of the typeface does match my round style modern logo. Giving it a download, I then went to try and figure out the font logo type layouts of this complex title. Yeah, the logo again does feel like it represents the movie in my opinion, but which do you feel worked out best in today's video? Remember, these were done quickly in a single day while being ill, and I'm still quite ill now actually. But yeah, I would ideally want more time to work on them, but that's impossible considering my day-to-day, week-to-week schedule. But yeah, thanks to Envato Elements for sponsoring today's video. If you follow the link in the description box below, you can get yourself a 50% discount when selecting the annual subscription, which basically gives you access to over 55 million resources for under $20 a month. And like I said, before Envato reached out to me to sponsor today's video, I've been using it myself on a regular basis for YouTube content and also for working on graphic design projects. But yeah, give that link a click down in the description box below and take a look at that offer of 50% off the annual plan. Now if you want to watch more graphic design content by myself, do click a video on screen, and until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.